Hello, boys.
Hey.
We're at it again.
Hey.
Another episode. What episode number is this?
Yeah, we do.
1/17, something like that.
This is number 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's well, there's a comedian in Wales called Ignacio Lopez, and as soon as people even started sneezing, he started doing a quiz, and he's like on week 19. So
Whoa.
I sort of used lockdown as his benchmark.
Right.
Somebody just went, I think I've got a bit of a temperature, and he was like, right, quiz.
So you're gonna stay inside then, huh? I got something for you to do.
Exactly. I got it. So I'd like to welcome to all our new viewers. I'd like to say hello to all our regular hardcore Big World Small Talk viewers. Hello. My name is Lucy Orchard, and I'm in Devon in the UK. And then this way, I've got Alex Bradley, who is residing in Ann Arbor in Detroit. No, sorry, Michigan. I keep thinking Detroit's Michigan, but Detroit's in Michigan. And then you've got here.
Off Michigan cities. That's cool.
and then we've got Leon, who is in Penang in Malaysia.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah. I mean, don't get more tropical than a blank white wall. I mean, he is in land of beauty. I mean, there's all sorts of birds paradises and there's vistas, but it doesn't matter where he is in his house. It's a blank white wall. So how about we go around and introduce ourselves? Alex, if you would like to go first, please introduce yourself to the viewers.
Oh yeah, we got this new channel, so we gotta break the ice again. Alex
Exactly.
a comedian out here in Ann Arbor. I was just about to hit my 1 year mark, starting off with comedy, and then boom, virus. We started up this podcast. It's been pretty fun. I'm a bartender here in Ann Arbor, which is wild right now, but it's still fun. I mean, here we are. And yeah, we could tell some jokes and talk about some stuff here and get it in. Big world, small talk.
Big world, small talk. Keep it small. And underneath us, would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Yeah, so in Malaysia, out here, doing some bits and bobs. So I do lots of improvised comedy and do some comedy nights out in Malaysia. And yeah, but originally, because I don't look very Malaysian, but originally from the UK. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And I'm Lucy Orchard, and I am in the beautiful, sleepy little village in Devon, where the minute the world said, stay inside, I went online. And being, yeah, exactly. And as soon as it was locked down, I started performing online, which meant I got to meet amazing comedians like this one. And amazing comedians like this one. So we decided, how about we make our brains hurt by trying to work out time differences, and we all come together at one time.
It's first thing in the morning out here.
Oh. What time is it for you, Leon?
So it's 11, but it's nice and bright still outside.
Of course, it's 11 p.m. Oh, Ray.
11 p.m.
What about
It's 11 in the morning over here. That's wild.
We're all over the world.
Right. Do you know if my sound sounds a bit scratchy, or do you think it's okay to yourself?
It's a little scratchy.
Yeah. Are you mixing something while you're there?
This is the remix.
Hey, it's not my fault this time, so I'm just going to sit back and relax.
I was literally counting to 5. Right, I'm going to take out my fancy expensive mic, which cost 130 quid. Thanks for
Damn.
that.
What a
Yeah.
flex.
And I'm going to take it out and use the computer. So, bing. Testing.
Now you've gone.
Nothing?
I can't hear nothing.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, it's scratchy and now nothing. Yeah.
How about this? Better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
I think you got it.
Perfect. Why waste money when you haven't got any coming in?
eBay. On eBay.
Solid
Thanks,
gold toilet
Alice.
paper at my house. Solid gold.
Right, so as we've been back to introducing ourselves, we've covered that because we are so excited to now be part of the Joke Pit family. We've covered our introductions, but now what have we been up to? I mean, Alex, we've seen each other since the gig, right?
Yeah. It's been a minute. I mean, the biggest thing for me is going back to work. That's what's wild.
So you work in, it's quite a big, I mean, when we have pubs over in the UK, and I don't know what it is like in Penang, they can be quite small rooms. So people are either going to have like max capacity for people in the entire place due to social distancing, or they're going to try and fudge it a little bit and put people closer than they should be. But you said the place you work in is actually quite big.
Yeah, it's quite big, but everyone's sitting at a table now. There's no standing room, and there's no like bar rail. Everyone's like at a table at a bar at this point. So, because like before, you could fit like 40 or more people on the bar easily. It was like it's a big wraparound bar, and you're usually working with like one other bartender. So like you all have like a 20-something person like side if you want to split it up halfway. Now, like these days, everybody's at tables, and like everybody's like, yeah, let's just go on like nothing happened. Let's just roll in here. Let's just sit at these tables and get our drink up. But it's
well,
right.
we've with ours, I'm yet to I've been to my local pub because you know I love my pubs, but I haven't yet been inside yet. Like my anxiety, like I've sat on a table outside, but I haven't made it inside yet because I don't know what it is in my head. I'm just like, you go in there and you die.
Right?
Where the virus goes.
Gotta make sacrifices this year. Not going in there.
I know. So, Leon, you said before on Big World that people in Penang wear face masks just anyway, even before these unprecedented times. But you said as soon as they get in the pubs, we don't wear the masks inside the pubs because you have to wear them in the shops now, but you don't have to wear them in the pubs.
They are pretty good. I mean, it's mostly the Westerners in the pubs, so the ones causing all the problems. Most of the locals are pretty good, and some of them will even go to the pub with the mask on. Will have a sip, put it back on. So some of them are really serious, and some of them like you get these like proper full-on respirator things, and you see them going around with the proper, like the plastic masks with the thing on, like in World War II, like that, walking around. Some of them are like
straight gas mask.
They really go for it. And some of them have got the like the hazmat suits. Not the whole thing with the head thing, but the white overall things. So like, they do take it serious here, which is good because they haven't had a case for 100 days, so they're not doing too bad.
That's amazing.
That's the reason why.
100 days, no cases.
100 days, nothing in Penang.
You had to check for that from like
New Zealand New Zealand got rid of all their cases, all of them, and then they allowed some visitors in from the UK to visit a family member who was really ill in hospital. We took it back there! Yeah,
we're bringing it back.
So proud!
Oh, God bless the British.
We went right to the hospital, and everybody started eating out of the same can of beans all at once. Just right into the face. Everybody had their own spoon. So glad we're back.
First, we tried to spread the empire. Now we're just going to try and spread COVID-19. We just like spreading stuff. That's what it is.
I mean, that's what I was wondering. Remember when Elon Musk, about a month ago, was releasing those SpaceX satellites? And I was
Yeah,
like, is
in
it
cars and
that
shit.
these guys? And I think the two astronauts were like some like Bob and Doug. Like it was like they just found them off a beach in California. They were like, doing anything?
We're going
Nah,
to
man.
space, bro.
Go for it.
Going to space, bruh. And I was like, are these guys the luckiest people in the world because they're getting off Earth right now in the worst year of ever? Or
Yeah.
are we saying to the alien nations, give us a hug? We got COVID.
I hope y'all got something for that COVID out there in the galaxy because we need help.
So like, we come in one sec.
Oh, watch them.
Wait.
We come in peace. We come in peace. Right, boys, give me your jar and your bowl. Let's have a shake. Let's see what we got. Come on. We've all got our bowls.
Big
So for
world,
those of you
small
that have
talk
never
questions.
Yeah, so what we do is we go around the room, because this is like a room, it's a global room. We go around the room, we pull a question, and we all answer it. It's not that complicated. It really isn't. Like, people should be able to understand the gist of it. Some of us have got bigger jars than others. But at least this week, yeah, I was going to say, but like last week, I think Leon's world's smallest little yellow tub. It was as if you'd nicked it off your kid's cookery set.
I think it
You
did.
took me a stapler too.
Oh, they're little questions though.
Okay,
Should be little questions, big talk.
little tiny questions. Little questions, yeah. Right, I'll go first. Okay, so first question is, have you ever been fired from a job, and if so, why? I'll take this one first because it's the only time I've been proud of myself. We have, where I grew up in South Wales, there's one second. Ray's just asked a question. Is this question bingo? I don't know, but unless they've been doing it for 16 weeks, they've taken our idea. Alex and I invented this game back in March, so
Yeah. This is question crossword. Okay, get it right.
Yeah, so there was a factory in my hometown, and my aunt worked there, and she got me a little job when I was about 16, 17, maybe 16, 17. And
Oh, there goes the mic. $100.
They opened the door, and it was just a wall of bundles of invoices, and the numbers were like this long. And it was sort of like, this is your new job. And it was like, oh, wow. And it was the hottest time of the year. It was a tiny room, 5 girls, and we had no air conditioning, and no windows that could be opened and stuff. And I organized girls into leaving the office during, like, it was just like we were all just sort of like leaning against chairs, like passing out. And I unionized the workforce.
Air conditioning, windows.
I also got us a radio, and I got fired for not having the right attitude. And I felt like it was like Jerry Maguire. Like, I was like, I haven't got the right attitude for this fucking shit show. Thank you. That is the nicest thing anyone said to me. And I walked out of the office like Jerry Maguire, like, see you later.
This fish is coming with me. I'm gonna take it where there's windows and air conditioning.
Oh, my aunt hit the wall. She was like, it was so embarrassing. I can't believe you raised your daughter to be like this to my mother. And my mother was like, I'm fine with this. Have you ever been fired from a job, and why?
Oh, yes, I've been fired from a couple of jobs, actually. I'll tell you one of them. I got fired from like an outdoor, like apparel store, and I got fired for being late too many times. And the funny part of that story is the guy who fired me had one of those like handlebar twirly mustaches that he like He like
Oh,
used
wax.
to like, be fun and funny. He was like the fun manager. And like to guests, he'd be like, "Oh, hey, welcome. Thanks for coming." Like he had a lot of funny attitude, but to like the people who were working there and making mistakes, he was really mean. And it was very confusing to have a guy like with like a little twirly mustache just being like, "So why are you late, Alex? What's going on? Do you want to work here? You can quit right now if you want." It was just like, oh gosh. It was very scary. And it never sat right with me. I'm like, if you're gonna be mean, don't have silly facial hair. One or the other. Cover it up. Just be mean up top. Confusing.
So he was mean with the stupid moustache. A lot of our evil villains in films have got stupid moustaches, but this guy just seemed like a dick.
Yeah. He didn't want to like kill me. He just wanted to make me go work for the other place instead.
Work for the enemy.
Yeah.
What
It's like, I'll take my talents elsewhere.
Yep.
Hang on.
So-
Ray has messaged in Alex and said, "You were fired by the Pringles guy."
Basically. You pull out a monocle. I can see that you're 5 minutes late. Did you get my free parking? Oh, that's the Monopoly guy. Okay, whatever. We're working on it.
Just have to. You're rebelling against Pringles. Why are they in a tube? They should be in a plastic bag. Doesn't make any sense. Just trying to be fancy. Crisp in a tube. What's that about? Someone sitting there going, "Let's put a crisp in a tube, not in a bag." That's just that needs to be addressed.
So you can get your fat wrists caught right in there, and they know who took it. Who took my Pringles?
Just be
Like,
nice.
was it me?
Yeah, it must cause. Nobody gets injured by a crisp packet, but loads of people have hurt themselves, cut themselves. You're at a party, or you do it like that, and they all come out. And what's the point? How much protection does a crisp need?
I know
really?
that if you're out camping and you can't get your fire to start, just set fire to Pringles. That's how we've done it a few times.
Winter survival.
Yeah.
I brought Pringles and a Coke. That was good. That's all I needed.
Leon, when were you asked to leave a job without consultation?
For 1 week, I was a riveter. So I don't probably look like much of a riveter, but I wasn't very much of a riveter. So I did this. I used to live up in Lancaster, and it was right on the middle of the sticks. I did this for a week, and it was riveting like security gate things together. And I was awful at it. I was bad at it. They were right to fire me. I lasted a week, but they should have fired me after 2 days. I couldn't do it. So I had to rivet these like gates together, and I was getting it wrong. And they were like doing the gates, like security gates, to stop people breaking in. And they were like opening them, and they just fell apart. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not very good at that. They moved, so they did the thing where they moved me. So I tried one thing and I couldn't do that. This riveting thing, no, I couldn't do that. So they moved to this other, like, riveting a smaller bit, and I couldn't do that either. And then I think I'm pushing the floor and then just go home.
So you're telling me you were riveting gates, and the only thing that got kept out was you?
Yeah. And then there's a guy. This guy had to come and check. Came and checked, and everything he checked was just all wrong.
It's like, these things aren't together at all. I'm holding them both in both of my hands. They're not riveted together.
It's a metal, badly joined bits of metal. Yeah.
Like, why don't we put these rivets in a gun and just shoot them at whoever wants to come by?
I should have found out where they all went.
But Leon, I've done that. Leon, I've done that job, and I did it really well. So I don't understand how you can do it badly.
You know,
I didn't go to Lucy's summer camp for riveters, okay?
Probably my heart wasn't.
You bought a bike that year. Parents didn't send him to camp.
I didn't dedicate my time to it. You know what I mean? I wasn't fully on board. You can't half-ass rivet. You know what I mean? You can't half rivet something.
You can't have your mind somewhere else when you rivet.
I mean, I'm just amazed that we've all avoided the pun was the job riveting, and I think that shows great strength.
It wasn't for long.
Personal growth. We were all watching it around. I can see that pun's over there. I'm not taking it first. Someone else can take it.
Well. All right,
Right,
I'm gonna go for the
okay.
jar.
Mr. B, get the jar.
All right, here we go. How about it? Least favorite food. You can't read that. It's going out of the jar.
Right.
Least favorite food. Oh, my least favorite food is everybody else's favorite food. It's cheese.
What?
I know, right?
Like
it's the most controversial, top 5 most controversial things about me. I don't like cheese. And everybody else loves cheese. I never liked the taste, never liked the texture. And when I was an adult, I found out how they made it. So that's about it for me. I gotta just come out and say it. I know. I lose a lot of people right then and there. You tell people you don't like dairy.
What don't you like about how they make it? Where it comes from, the whole squeezing thing, or?
Oh, it's the whole idea that like a cow only makes milk when it's pregnant, so they have to keep the cow pregnant for like ever. They're just like regular mammals, and they don't get to keep the kids. They just take the kids away, and the cows, they just cry and cry, and they're like, all right, you're done crying. I got to get you pregnant again because I need that milk, son. And then they just they just stick them with the thing. They keep them going, just keep pumping them all day. It's like, it's just
so you can have pizza.
Like you're pregnant. I'm sorry, you're nursing. So they have to wait until the kid is out and gone, and then you're nursing.
I suppose this is why people, right, the difference between vegetarian and vegan, for me, it's that cheese thing. I mean, eggs and cheese, because, you know, vegan and vegetarian, they're not that far away from each other. And you've said in the past, you're quite vegan, aren't you? And it's like, well, I love my eggs and I love my dairy. I don't drink a lot of coffee, but when I do, I want milk in it. And, you know, last night I wasn't hungry. I knew it was late, but I still managed to fit in a small cheese board.
You just like anything that involves cruelty to the animal's children. Take the little bit eggs away, take away the kid's milk.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hurt a kid, you don't want it. I don't really want it.
Oh yeah,
It's made out of babies. It's made out of babies.
I'm gonna need these.
And then I just had a little bit of foie gras.
Oh my god! Here you go. See, it's cruelty.
Yeah. No, by the way, I didn't have any foie gras, and if I do, it's not cruel foie gras. It's I don't know if you can have non-cruel foie gras.
Real talk, I don't even know what foie gras is. I don't know if they have that over here.
You don't want to know. It's
Alex,
worse than milk.
Do not. No, it's one Google. You're just gonna take it from us. You're just gonna leave that aside.
It's 2020. Find this out.
I can't. You know how we met when you Googled something in my stand-up and we had that to and from and it was laughter? If you look up foie gras, I swear to God, you'll never look at me again.
Foie gras? I'm just making up stuff here.
No, I feel like...
You don't want to know how I spelled it.
Right. I think it's foie gras. Yeah, I've just sent you in the private chat. We're going to see him start. I didn't mean to make a man cry in Michigan. But it's what's going to happen.
Isn't that a bottle of foie gras on the back of you there, Lucy? Half a bottle of foie gras. That big bottle that you used to jar for the questions, that was all foie gras.
Oh, it's just liver. Like liver and onions. That's not that bad.
Yeah.
Liver of a duck or a goose.
And then, for me, I hate sweet corn. Just
sweet corn.
Hate it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the color, maybe it's the pop, or maybe it's like you can't control it, but you get little bits of sweet corn stuff. Like you get like that yellow bit of skin stuck in your teeth. I don't know, but I'm not a big fan of it. But I mean that's not food. That's not a meal. That's just a food.
Yeah,
but
I mean corn. There's a lot of things you can do with corn. Right?
I've started eating some cornbread before, and I was like, oh, I love the bread, and then I've eaten it and I've looked, and it's basically sweet corn, isn't it? And I'm just like,
It's true.
No, don't like that. And also,
Yeah.
I find Thai curries a bit too aromatic. Sorry,
Okay.
Leon. I know that's kind of.
Thailand's not
It's a
Malaysia.
low
We're all right. They
blow.
don't. They're different. They've
It's a low
they're different
blow.
places. They're all right.
But it's that lemongrass and it's too. I don't want to eat a curry because it smells nice. I want to eat a curry because it tastes nice.
That's true. I'd rather have something taste good than smell good. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one. That's a good question.
Mm.
You gotta eat it. You want it to taste good and smell good.
The thing we have here in Asia, which is kind of strange, is they often put stuff in the food that you're not supposed to eat. Like like saffron, they'll put like a whole saffron and curry leaf and stuff. So they put it in for the flavor, but you're not really supposed to eat it. If you eat it, just like your mouth just like explodes because it's just for flavoring. So it's a bit strange sometimes to do put stuff in that it's just for flavoring, not for eating. And you're supposed to really know that, otherwise I just eat it all.
Gotta mix it up.
Because they
They
say over here, like, never put a garnish on a meal that you can't eat. You should never put something on a plate that the person who's ordered that food can't eat from start to finish. So, like, you might accidentally get a bit of a bay leaf or a cardamom seed or lemongrass. Is it lemongrass? But there's some really like you shouldn't have that bit. I mean, I know you always say over there they just add food. They just I've ordered the chicken, but they put egg and fish in it.
Vegetarian soup.
all the chicken.
Vegetarian soup always has a bit of chicken and a bit of beef in it, just for the flavour, in case it gets boring.
So what's the one food you don't like then, Leon?
Mine's all fish. I don't like fish.
All
I don't
fish?
like. I don't like any. Well, I can kind of have cod because it doesn't taste of anything, or like that kind of fish.
Yeah.
But I don't like fish. One, because I don't like the taste. Well, three things. I don't like the smell. Fish stinks. I don't like a food that stinks that bad. I don't really like the taste, but mostly I don't like the danger. I don't like a food that can choke you to death. I like a food that you just eat. Because like fish, you eat it and then bones go down. You get caught at the bones. Who needs that element of danger in your food? Who needs it? You don't need that kind of element. You're just eating your dinner. It's not a risk moment. If you want to do risk, I'll go and do risk. I don't want to just eat my dinner with the possibility of choking to death. I don't need to
and throw the fish bone. That's fair. There's some danger involved with some fresh fish, fresh caught fish. You cut up yourself. You can fuck that up.
And they can do all their properly cutting it up and stuff, but there's always that little bit gets in there. It's a bouncy bone that goes down and locks. That's basically what's doing it.
That's a good
down
point.
Lock.
Because you see that
revenge.
With the really fancy fishmongers when they're filleting the fishes and they've got the little tweezers and they're tweezing out the bones and stuff and they look so.
That worries me as well.
So
yeah. You don't need that. You don't need that. You gotta relax. Which is weird because I've lived in some. Go on.
I was just going to say, well, we are destroying the oceans by continually eating fish. So, of all of us, you've got the most. Well, I mean, Alex doesn't like cheese because of dairy farming, which is very honourable, and you don't like
I like the way it tastes
because and that's honourable.
And Lucy, you're really good, Lucy, because you're trying to stop anyone hurting the green giants, because them green giants, there's not many of them left. And so they're stealing all the sweet corn. Really good.
They're not so jolly anymore. For obvious reasons.
Hey, small talk. I like that. I like you taking a stand.
Small talk. Men, we've got to
talk about the plights of giants. Not okay.
Big giant, small corn.
All the lady giants are very disappointed.
Smut.
Small corn. Not okay.
Get your bowl out, love.
Here we go. 50-50. One fell out. Okay, so what topic do you find funny?
Topic.
Topic. I like. I tend to make lots of jokes about religion and stuff. I find religion quite funny. Christianity makes me laugh quite a lot. know why.
George Carlin really cracks me up on that.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, no, I like the hypocrisy of it all, and I think like makes me smile quite a bit. Yeah, so it's probably religion, generally Christianity, but other religions as well. But what else? That and small things. I quite like small details. That makes me laugh. Like a comedian can find a small detail and do like a little bit on that. I think that's really funny.
Nice.
Little life details.
Dig that. I might go with I like food jokes.
Food jokes.
There's like anything about like just harmless like foods and snacks people like and telling jokes about it. It's pretty relatable. Just like telling jokes about like I don't know, like Brian Regan does that Pop-Tart joke, like little stuff like that. I thought that was funny.
Oh, there we go, Dave Allen. Yeah, I was talking about Dave Allen the other day. Ray's also a master of religious humor.
Yeah.
There's also a comedian only in Indiana, Chris Ray. He does he's just very deadpan in his delivery, and the way he sort of delivers the jokes about religion. You're in stitches, and he's not moved a muscle. Thing. Where I used to work, everybody was into motorbikes. And I know this is not so much as a stand-up thing, but whenever they started talking about motorbikes and stuff, I just started laughing because they just sounded pathetic. They were just sort of like little kids with my motorbike's better than your motorbike. Or it would sort of be like somebody would try and make a statement about their motorbike and everyone would join in, and you could see who didn't understand, but they had to join in because their manliness was at stake. Like, oh, yeah. Oh, I reckon it's the carburetor flange, blue, and you're going to, oh, yes. And then somebody would bring a bike out, and they'd all stand around the bike going, oh, yeah, oh, yes, that. And I would, yeah. And I would join in, but I'd sort of stand at the back, and then I'd just sort of edge my way in until I was at the front, and I'd be like, handlebars. Yeah. They'd be like, fuck off, Lucy.
Do your thighs get hot? I mean, the engine's right there. No? Oh, that's cool. Just checking. Do you have to wear that leather all the time? It seems hot. Seems like you're hot. That leather jacket. Yeah, the jacket underneath the jacket. That's like a hat on a hat. What are you doing?
Yeah, I quite like the concept of a motorbike. A motorbike is basically, we've got an engine. What's the minimum we can add to this thing before it goes somewhere? So they're just a big engine. You can stick a wheel on the front, a wheel on the back. You don't need nothing else. That's a motorbike. Minimum you can stick on top of an engine and make it go somewhere.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I did a writing workshop, and they send you a random word before the writing workshop, and I got the word bikers, and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. And I actually managed to write quite a nice set about this, and I wrote it, and I got to basically 95% finished, and I was like, I've written a clean set here. I've not been dirty or smutty. Then I ended it with probably the most filthiest thing you could ever.
Well, you've set us up now. We'll have to hear this last one.
Right? How do you ruin a clean set about bikes?
Well, it's just it was just me mocking bikers for being a bit not. And then I ended it with how I don't need a bike because I've got something that goes in my legs, and it's 5 gear, it's 7 settings. And that
7 gears, if you will.
Yeah, you do scream to go louder, but no helmets are required. And I was like, I am so close to writing a clean set, and then I ended it with that, and I was like, I can't do clean.
Clean is difficult.
And that's why you're not going to get invited back to any more children's parties, Lucy. No more children's parties for you after that.
They just want to ride their bikes and have somebody watch their kids.
I just had the red nose. I thought I could say whatever I wanted.
And next, Bozo the Clown.
Hey kids, can we spell vibrator?
Don't look in mommy's drawers, kids.
That's not an enamel cleaner.
That's not how you use that. I know you're looking for batteries, but you got to take them out the remote.
That's why the remote's not working. Oh man, that tickled me. I also do really enjoy watching people talk about sports. I know that sports are very much like being a guitar player at a sort of a campfire. I think it's only enjoyable for the person that's there. I don't know, just when you're sat in a group, be it rugby or soccer or American football or any sport, when there's a couple of people really talking about it and not everybody is included, I start laughing and I start chipping in with "Go Sports!" He wasn't defensive enough.
He's the best in the world, and the world isn't really watching.
He's just not committing anymore. He used to commit. He's not committing anymore.
Oh, there's none of that this year? Oh, really? Oh, I hadn't noticed. Y'all stop doing that.
Did you see that? I think it's a meme. I'm trying to show my age. Where so it was at the very beginning of lockdown, and there was like these sort of sports players looking sad, saying sportsmen don't want to play sport in front of an empty stadiums. And then the next picture is like one of us lot holding a mic, going, "Play to an empty room. What time am I on?"
Yeah. I got time. How many minutes?
You mean I got 20 minutes? Get me all there. Arsenal just won the FA Cup. I'm assuming that's the men's team.
How long is the time delay on this? It was on Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Woo! Jesus, time difference terrible on
Alex,
this.
I don't know.
News to us.
I genetically do support Arsenal due to my grandfather enjoying Arsenal, or supporting, not enjoying. I should use the right word. My grandfather supported Arsenal, therefore genetically I do, but I can't say I'm too much aware of what was happening. I'm assuming he means the males team and not the female team. I don't fucking know. Go team, go sport.
Arsenal, because I've been trying to stop the violence. So
he doesn't support Arsenal yet. Arsenal.
I think we should just talk it over. I support the talk it over team. I'm looking for the diplomacy team.
The green team.
Yeah.
Gunners don't kill people.
Soccer teams named after weapons kill people. When they win, too.
That's really tickled me.
Right,
so hang on. Whose question was that? That was
mine.
Leon, was that you? Okay.
Yeah.
My little wrist in my big jar. I don't know why I said that like that. Alex, you're like a fat guy trying to get into a fucking Pringles tin.
Yeah, right. Or someone who's trying fisting for the first time. You got to get in here first, and then you make a fist. You don't just go punching.
You really have to
Whose joke is that?
Got to get the fingers together. Got to get the fingers together. Make it small. Right. Have you ever seen it?
What are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
A UFO? No.
Have you ever seen a UFO? I haven't seen a UFO, but my brother and I were driving back from Exeter late at night, just going up the M5, and it's quite a straight road. And you know how you can see a satellite or a shooting star that goes like that or like that? This went like that. It was as though an asteroid was coming straight to the ground. And my brother and I were just driving along, and sort of it happened. We didn't, no one said anything. We watched it, and the two of us just all went, Did you see that? And we just drove
Nope.
in silence all the way back, like we were expecting to sort of like get home and read that Somerset had been. 1 second. Mr. Preston's just said, "Gotta go. Be back to listen to your bollocks in 15 minutes." Well, hey, that's all we
What a
aspire
post.
to do. Playing to an empty room, another tales from an Edinburgh Fringe would have started this week as well. Yeah, so we got home and the first thing we said to my mum was like, "Have you been watching the news?" And she's like, "No." And like, nothing in Somerset's missing, is it? You know, the place is still there. It looked as though somebody had dropped a bomb. It just didn't seem right. And I have I've seen lights going over that clearly they're not drones, they're not police helicopters, they're just really
Weather
odd
balloons.
lights. Like, could
Are
be.
Are they unidentifiable?
Well, that's just it. A UFO is not an alien. A UFO is an unidentified flying object. So I've seen objects that I have been unable to identify. So, boom.
Yeah. By that measure, I'm going to go with yes, I have seen some stuff. I can't tell you exactly what it is. Is it a biplane? Is it a drone? What's going on here?
Yeah, I'm often on the ground looking up, see planes going past, and I can't identify it. I don't know if it's what kind of plane it is. There you go. It's a UFO.
Count it.
Just not that good.
All right, what do we got today?
Alex, so hang on. Have you two seen one or not?
I'm going to go with
Hang on, Alex.
like a extraterrestrial version. Not so much.
Well, I mean, it's just a UFO. Have you seen a UFO, an unidentified flying object? It can't just be me.
No, not quite. Not really. I'm not. I guess I'm not paying attention. Not really looking up at night. You know, I'm just living my life without that. I've seen it on TV.
No, that doesn't count. Independence Day was not a documentary. We have been over this time and time and time. Leon, where you live, there must be amazing stars. You must be able to see shooting stars and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, shooting stars and stuff in the sky, but I don't know if it's not really a UFO. It's probably stars and stuff and drones.
Maybe it's
just
Maybe it's just Devon. Maybe it's just Devon. Alex, what's your question?
Devon could be anything.
Like Amazon packages just coming in straight down.
That's going to happen, isn't it? One day they're going to be drones.
Vampire or werewolf? Right
Vampire.
now, choose the side. Vampire. Why do you say?
Less hair.
That's fair.
That's fair. I mean, see, vampire is what? Was that a baby girl there?
Was it? You're gonna be on it in 2 seconds.
Right. So, I know that when you're around, I know exactly. But werewolves are sort of once a month when the full moon is out, whereas vampires are every day. But I still, I'd rather be a vampire than a werewolf. Bigger commitment, but I'd still rather be the vampire.
It is a big commitment. Never get to see the sun again, you know.
Fine with
Breakfast at odd times.
I'm a night truck. I'm a night truck driver, so I can do that. I think I've read too many Anne.
Gotta tape them.
I've watched far too many Anne Rice movies, Anne Rice novels. I'm just like, you know, bring it on. I can do that. I can look fantastic for 200 years in a corset. And I was be over influenced by Buffy and Angel growing up in the 90s.
Yeah, that's gonna play a part. Finally learn how to sleep on your back. You know, that helps.
There you go. Yeah. I think it'd be a lot easier now being a vampire because you've got catch up, haven't you? So you wouldn't miss anything. Just watch it all on catch up.
Exactly.
You just chain yourself
TVR,
up
mate.
Werewolf. Hello.
Oh, we got.
You want to say
hello? Right, we got Ray. Right, Lucy vampire, pale skin. Alex werewolf ears.
Oh, I'm almost
Leon could be either.
Could go either way.
Leon.
They always say that.
It's an underworld
Although if
situation. It's like
Leon
a
became
hybrid.
a vampire, yeah, if Leon became a vampire, he'd mold into that white wolf. It'd just be a t-shirt floating around.
Pulling out questions. What we got there?
Well, that question's already. Oh, and she managed to press. And she pressed the leave button. She's like, "Dad, you're done."
You're
But
done
Alex,
here.
which one would you choose?
Oh, it's definitely werewolf for me. It's like, yeah, it's a scheduling issue. It's like, oh, once a month. Yeah, just go in the basement, lock yourself up, done and done.
Leon,
Easy.
what about you?
Yeah, see, I think I always find vampires really creepy. So I'd probably go for werewolf. My only thing about werewolves is that you don't really realize, because usually, like in a werewolf movie, they become a werewolf and then they wake up some and you don't really know what you did. So that would be a bit weird. You'd black out. And
It's like,
at
I'm
least as a
doing that
vampire,
anyway.
you knew
It's
what you
about
were
alcohol.
doing. But I suppose it's only once a month, and that's about the same as what I do at the minute with alcohol. So it wouldn't really matter. It wouldn't be much of a difference.
Yeah,
Make
I
it
mean,
easy.
I
Don't be
have a
vampire.
similar thing with. Yeah, absinthe for me is very similar. So I avoid werewolves and absinthe.
Yeah.
Easy. Easy, no list. Easy to avoid, right there.
Vampires last.
So Alex, that was you, wasn't it? Werewolf vampire.
Yes,
so,
it was.
So Leon, next one's on you, sweetheart.
Okay, here we go. Do you want to pull that up? Okay, so
I didn't assist it.
yeah, I got a grandma's assistant. Okay, so worst death that I've seen at a stand-up comedy show. So worst that someone's done. Stand-up show. Yeah, go on.
Right, the worst we've seen somebody do at a stand-up comedian show.
Stand-up show. I think, like I've seen a few people that sort of do the thing where they sort of come on and want to sort of die on stage.
You got some behind you.
It is. It's Dora the Explorer. She looks
Yeah,
just
right.
like her.
She's looking for clues. I've never seen so much joy.
Yeah,
We don't have
yeah.
that here.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think sometimes like we did one like an online one last week, and it was like the kind of people that sort of that like want to die on stage. You know, the ones that. So this guy came on, he was like sort of blowing smoke to the camera, and then he just like did like 3 of the most offensive jokes that you could probably think of. I think he just wanted to get voted off. But I've seen that before, like people just come on and just try and I don't know, just like
Put
I don't know
everybody.
what do you want to do, but they want to go on and just want to. They think that's dead funny if they say something really offensive. But yeah, maybe it's just the
That's
thing
people
shows I've seen.
think that that's going to be funnier than it is. They're in their head. They're killing it by being offensive to the audience. They're just like, I'm landing this. I'm edgy. If there's an envelope, I'm pushing it. And it just comes across.
It's push.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
It's
can just
weird,
if you
though.
look back at people's faces, no.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of people are doing that. It's not original. Like, this is the bleeding edge right here of doing things nobody's doing. Like,
yeah.
it's
But it's like but you can see that some of them just like they don't really care if they get a laugh or not. They just want to say it, and that they just want to go on and just say this stuff and then go off. Very strange. And that died. I think that's always the weirdest death. Like if someone does jokes that don't quite work, it's not quite the same. But if someone comes on who just wants to die, it's really weird. Someone going up on stage and wanting to die. That's what I always find the weirdest stuff when someone goes up and they clearly either don't care they're going to die or like want to die. Because everyone can go up and like mess it up and then die. That's different, isn't it? I think it's very strange.
Yeah,
performance art situation.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, maybe. Or they're just weird. It could just be that. Yeah.
I mean, there was one gig. There was one gig I did where there was a function room next door that had very drunk people in it. And they also seem to be quite like scary characters as well. You know, if they make a noise, people apologize on their behalf, kind of thing. And they just had this really tired old dog that would just walk in and out and in and out, and it just walked in and out of the like you'd be building up to a joke and like you can't stop twitching because you're expecting the dog to just walk on stage during. And it did kind of throw things off. Yeah, it just threw things off a bit. But I have to be honest, when I see guys trying to tell jokes about ladies' periods and they think that they're landing it because they're being like really woke and Gen X, and it just comes across as like they were doing it to be woke and they thought, well, now I'm inside on the gag, I can like make a really like punny joke or something, and you can just hear them going, oh no.
You don't live this.
No.
This joke isn't for you. I got a couple of those.
You need to put that joke down, say sorry, and go away. That is not for you.
It's not for you. You gotta sit up for somebody else.
Oh, Jim. Yes, that happened quite recently. I saw one where a gentleman was trying to make a joke about how his lady was. I feel very conscious of the fact that Dora the Explorer is just within the area. So yes, he was talking about. Whilst he's gone, he was talking about licking a woman out.
Oh no!
And then stop. Now he's back. This is brilliant. We can just mute Leon every time we need to raise.
Sodomy. Oh wait, I did it in reverse. Mute. Sodomy.
Mute. Then oh, sometimes you guys make me laugh so much it actually hurts my cheeks. I do like how silly we are. Right, so I say let's do one more question from my jar and then we get to the new challenge round, which I'm really excited about, but I'm not going first.
All right.
Oh, dearie me. Okay. This is a question. It's from the original printout. Do you drive? Do you have a car? I know. Do you drive and do you have a car and a parking space?
Ooh.
So I do drive, obviously, as a truck driver and a comedian. I'm a comedian first, truck driver for rent. For rent. Rent me out. Yeah, that's how a job works, isn't it? So I've got an old 4x4 because all the roads around here are very authentic rural. But I have to say right now, my car is dead. My battery's gone flat because I didn't go anywhere for a long time and I didn't start my car up once a week. So at the moment, I have a very large paperweight that costs insurance.
Yeah, you never know when scissors might come along.
Exactly, kind of thing. Alex, do you drive?
How that works. I don't drive. I live in like a small downtown area, so I walk to work. There's a couple like farmers markets, grocery stores. I can just walk to those. Basically, I only really need a car when I want to go to the laundromat, and then I'll get a ride out to a laundromat and then come back, that kind of thing. Wow. But yeah, I haven't done it in a while. But like, I think I might. If comedy comes back, in my area, so I could just drive to gigs. But other than that, not so much. No parking space then either.
No. I think we've covered this slightly when we've discussed taxis in the past, but go on, surprise us, Leon.
Yeah, I haven't got a car. I have got no car, but I have got 2 parking spaces. So there's weird.
You just lay down.
2 spaces, no car.
Just diagonally right on top.
Sometimes I just go and stand in the space and just walk around it.
Yeah, people coming by. Not you. Nope, this is mine.
Nice.
I'll
take
get a
out
car,
a dining
and when
room
I do,
chair.
I'll park it.
Yeah, take out a dining room chair.
Yeah, enjoy.
Sit there.
That was my running park, my running arena when it was locked down. I could run around my car park. 2 parking spaces.
Like hopscotch area right here.
Oh, I actually saw some kids playing hopscotch the other day, and it sort of made my little heart sing that they weren't just inside on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's artistic because there's chalk involved. It's maths because there are numbers. PE,
Right.
they weren't just sat in the bedroom killing zombies.
Yo, pictures or it didn't happen. Did you really see kids playing hopscotch? I don't know. You didn't go live, did you? I don't think you really saw that shit. I don't believe it.
Pictures that didn't happen. That's perfect. Oh, right. Well, that concludes our question section. But we always like to mix it up and have a different type of challenge at the end. So sometimes we have to go and learn something. Sometimes we have to write some stand-up. Sometimes we have to find some jokes. And for this one, we are braver than we've ever been before, and we are going to do impressions.
Let's get that Jerry Maguire one back. I have started this company. That's a fact.
Oh, right. Okay. So, I think it has to be the king of improv to go first. I think it's only fair.
Leon.
I think yeah.
This is my Achilles heel. I can't do very good impressions, and I can't do very good accents. This is like my one weakest bit. Can't even think of anyone I can even nearly do. Come back to me at the end. Come back to the end so I can think of someone.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
I was practicing it.
Okay.
Yeah, come back to me at the end. I'll see your twos first.
Okay.
All right, I'll go for it if I can. So I would like all of you to come to California after the lockdown is over. You come to Planet Hollywood, you eat some steak here with me, with your mask on, and get
I
back.
feel bad. That was good.
I looked away from the screen for a second, and I thought you were playing a video. I mean, it was that good.
We're gonna have to pay him permission now.
So, right, hang on. Let me get mine ready. There's got to be sort of long hair lad.
Yeah,
Okay, so he was Arnie Schwarzenegger. So
it was very good.
mine is Jon Snow. You know nothing.
Is that Peter Snow, the weather forecaster talking to his son?
Welcome to Winterfell, where it's still snowing. Man, this job's easy.
That's Egret.
Egret. I read those books too. It's been so long since that new book hasn't come out. Like, I forgot that character entirely.
Like, is it a Northling? Oh, not a Northling. Wildling. Northling.
Wildling. Something like that. I don't know where I put my books at. Never mind.
Right, you've had an uncanny Arnold Schwarzenegger. You've had, basically a professional level Egret. Come.
All right. All right. I'll give this a go. Okay. Then. So, you're talking to me. Don't see anyone else there. Are you talking to me?
Huh?
I'm
not getting my new favorite
bit.
You just gotta wait until you get heckled. Do a set, wait till you get heckled, hit them with that immediately.
Talking to me? And then they'll go, who's that
I
you're
don't
talking
see
about?
anyone else up here.
And then you go, taxi, you go, quite right. There you go.
I'm joking here. I'm joking here.
Tactical one.
Like, oh, get to the chopper.
Do you feel
Kobe Bryant
fortunate,
out? Fuck the chopper.
Oh,
Take a hot air
man.
balloon is much
Sorry.
safer.
Right. Okay. So we are going to wrap it up because we've done our hour. But I just want to say thank you very much again to my brothers in arms, to Mr. Alex Bradley and Mr. Leon Bukowski. And I just want to say hello, welcome, and thank you for tuning in to all our new viewers from the Joke Pit family. And it's an honour to be part of Joke Pit, and we can't wait to do more weeks and build up more presence and get more people watching. If you would like to join the Facebook page, it's Big World Small Talk. You can go on there and suggest questions for us to put in our big jars. So you know, it's we've done questions as silly as favorite color. Do you share pizza? There is just feel free to think of some silly questions for us to put in our big jars, and we will put them in there and be more part of the show. But I just want to say thank you, and to my hang on, is that way and that way, to my brothers in arms.
That's the end of the game
We
show.
did it again.
But you can get from the fact that Big World Small Talk will be every Monday, 4 p.m. UK. What time is that? Is it EDT that in your world, Alex?
It's like EST, isn't my Eastern Standard Time? It's at 11 a.m. Monday morning. We're waking them up. Like, you've been to work. Now stop working. Watch this.
Yeah, well done. You've done an hour or two. Now stick the TV on. And Leon, what time and time zone does this show start for you?
So 11 p.m. MLT, Malaysian local time. I don't know, I made that one up.
I was going to say like a cheese
12
melt.
hours ago, 12 hours from now. That's where you're at for me. That's amazing.
But yes, and the last thing we need everyone to write in and say is if you know any Samoan stand-up comedians, please send them our way, as it's the one bit of the globe we haven't covered.
Need it.
If you know exactly, if you know anyone who's funny from the Ascension Islands, get them in touch with us, okay?
Anybody from the Galapagos that got some jokes, throw them in here.
Midway white mark, wasn't it? Midway's on the right way, isn't it?
Yeah. So please send in your ideas. But if you've got any questions for us to put in our big question jars, please get in touch. Thank you very much, and see you again this time next week. Mwah!
Done.
Done. And